I think I know why. Hold on. Come on, come on, come on. I didn't get myself switched over. Okay, you could hear me then? Okay, well, I went ahead and rebooted, so we'll see now if that will help with quality and stuff too. Hey, Milo, how are you? I am so glad to see you too. So, yeah, to kind of recap, I guess, because people that will watch this on the replay, they're not going to know one thing of what I just said. Since Patty couldn't hear me either. So, but yes, I am today. What I'm working on is just a big granny square that I'm using the Bernat blanket yarn, and I had committed to a donation to our local animal shelter because they have a big event every year, and it's an online auction where people can. It's their big fundraiser for the beginning of the year to like support them through the year, and so anyway, I committed to it and then totally forgot about it. I was telling Lenora about it last night, and it was like, oh shoot, I forgot all about that. So I'm getting this all the way done so then I can get it dropped off tomorrow to her so she can put me in on the last day. So I thought this would be a perfect thing to work on, you know. Coffee, crochet, chat. Got my coffee. Yeah, my jar, my spaghetti sauce jar, whatever, or Alfredo jar probably is what it is. So, but anyway, I hope everybody's having a great day so far, a great morning. Hey, Caitlin, how are you? I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well too. I'm glad to see you too. Oh, Dusty, you slipped in there. Hello, and welcome to the live. If you're still here, I missed you popping in. It was probably whenever I was in between, rebooting and whatever. So, but yeah, I don't know. I tried using that mic to see, and so I don't know. I thought there was a switch to like turn it on, but I'm not finding one. I thought that it was supposed to just kind of automatically. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to research it some more. But it's kind of a fun little thing, and so yes, thank you everyone for the thumbs up. I appreciate it, and thank you, Patty, for promoting that. Awesome. Well, I unplugged the mic, so because I think that's what was in it, making it to where you couldn't hear. Excuse me, you couldn't hear me. So I'll have to ask him again what I'm doing wrong. Because I thought, well, today will be kind of a neat day to try it out just to see if there's any difference. But the thing is, everybody can hear everything in the house already. It's like whenever anything's going on, everybody can hear it. So, because everybody's stuff is so sensitive now, you can hear a pin drop practically. So, so happy today, Caitlin. Awesome. I'm glad. That's great to hear. It's nice and sunny here today, and it is a good day. It's a good day. We're getting our grandkids, I think, tomorrow, our little grandbabies. So they're not so much babies anymore, but I think we are getting them tomorrow, and we'll have them through Thursday-ish, possibly. So I thought, well, if I'm going live, I better do it now this morning as I have time, because we have appointments later this afternoon, and then we'll probably be dashing after that. So I'm gonna try to fit in getting everything ready for them to be here. We may have to make a grocery store run. I don't know. Run into Aldi or something to pick up some of their stuff. Because we usually have stuff here for them if we have just in the last minute of us having them, but we've kind of ran out of some stuff. So you finished your last wedding Afghan. Now gift Afghans. Hey, awesome, awesome, awesome. Congratulations, Patty. That's exciting. Yes, happy Monday. Happy Monday, Caitlin. Yeah, it's a good Monday. A good Monday. But this square here that I'm doing is just going to be kind of big enough for a little, just like a little pet blanket to put on their, little bed, or to put, like if they're kenneled, like a kennel blanket or something like that, to like put in the bottom of their kennel. And some dogs just like their little blankies. I mean, like Luna, everybody knows, she has her binky blanket that she carries around all the time. So, you know, so that's what I thought I would do, is just make something kind of like that for like a little, a little lovey blanket for a dog. So, because I thought I would just kind of keep it dog themed. Because you can donate whatever, however, and as people, it's a basically like a silent online auction is what it is, and so people bid on it. So it's like you can donate whatever items, and especially if you're a business, then you can just do it towards whatever you focus on. So it is exposure for your business and stuff too, which is awesome. Because I used to always donate back in the day, whenever I was still working as a nail tech. I would put a basket and stuff together, like gifts, gift cards and things like that, you know, services of mine or whatever I chose to do every year. So, so did everybody have a good weekend? Anybody do anything fun that you want to share? Like and subscribe to the bell from Johnna and Bez. Dave and Kate and Mel and Michael and Ralphie and Kendrell and the paint Josh artist. You have quite a list there, Caitlin. Yes, I appreciate everyone's support. That is for sure. I appreciate it greatly. I have to make sure in my chat that it's not flipped on me again. Okay, it's still there. Because sometimes it flips on me. I was putting up Q&A stuff again, which it always does, but some of those questions are pretty interesting. Very sweet. Very sweet. Are you working on anything right now, Caitlin? I will say, oh. Yes, Alexis, I am crocheting. Are you a crocheter? Yeah. Awesome. Is there anything you're working on? Anything you want to share or talk about, Alexa? Alexis, I'm sorry. I am working on a little dog blanket for a donation for a silent auction for our local animal shelter that's going on. So I do amigurumi and I'm making an elephant. Oh, cute. Yeah, I do some amigurumi stuff too. I do about everything. I do wearables, amigurumi, I crochet jewelry, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just getting this blanket done. So I'm doing a blanket, and then I have some bandanas that I had already done, made up. That I'm probably going to put one or two in the basket. Probably put some treats of some kind in there. And then I found some really cute, which I could crochet real fast and not take very long. There were these little covers for like the little poo bags, that you can use and stuff for whenever you take them on walks and stuff. And they were really cute. So I may try to make one or two of those to stick in. So yeah, just a fun little basket. Because like I said, I had forgotten about it, and yeah, so I'm just trying to get stuff finished up. I'll meet tomorrow to drop it off so they can get me in on the auction by the end of the week. So, and I'm okay with that. So, I have always wanted to make a blanket, but I only started 6 months ago. Well, you got to start somewhere, right, Alexis? Oh, please don't share your age. Please don't share your age for safety, please. Yeah, it's very good for anxiety and stress, and it is. It's very good. That's why I do it. And I've crocheted since I started when a good solid 8. So, hello, Fields and Spaces. I am doing great. How are you? And welcome to the live. Oh, you're from India. Welcome from India. So yeah, it's still morning for me here. Uh, well, over 50 years. Over 50 years. It'll soon be over 50 years, or right at 50 years, so a long time. Oh, I've made a lot, and I wish now that I would have kind of kept track of how many items that I've made in my lifetime. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Just like whenever I was a nail tech, I wish that I, had kept track, which I could, I could have always went back and kind of, but that would have taken me a month of Sundays to do. But so yeah, it's all been good. And I absolutely love doing it. I absolutely do. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Well, yesterday, in watching another content creator in the crochet world, found out about more areas that are offering the Posh now. So I'm pretty excited about that. Their versions of Posh. So right now I'm using the Bernat blanket is what I'm using. So I know in some areas you can't get some of the things that we can. So I don't know if that's something that you're able to order or not, if you use it or not. So but it's what I'm using right now. In the color, and this is actually some that I got whenever Joann's was going out of business. So the color on it, I think, is it sage? No, smoky green. And I love this color. It's one of my favorite. And greens, all shades of green. I absolutely love green. So my grandmother crochets using mostly local sheep wool. Hey, yeah. Hey, Nifty, how are you? I am so glad to see you. How is your Monday treating you so far, Nifty? And I was gifted a lot of wool, and so there has been some scarves and stuff that I've made out of it, and some ear warmers, a couple of hats. I don't work with a lot of wool, just because some of the wool is so costly, and our winters really aren't super duper cold for the most part. We'll have different periods of time where it gets pretty cold, but as a general, um, we don't get too cold. So I don't use a lot of wool, but I like it. I like it. I like working with it. I'm subscribing to your channel. It looks really serene. Oh, well, thank you, Fields. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're pretty laid back, just kind of we're a close-knit group that are welcoming to anyone, and we just ask for kindness. So, and, yes, I crochet while we're on here, but we talk about a range of things, and that's why I called it Johnna's Journey, because it encompasses everything, and we're all on a journey, right? So it's like paths crossing and things like that, and just getting to know people. And we have grown this to be what I wanted, a safe place for people to land. So it's gone off work. I think I already approved. I'm doing good. So great to see you. Well, I am very happy to see you, Nifty. It's been a while. I mean, my schedule has been all over the place. So, yes, isn't it a pretty smoky green? It is. It is so pretty. I come from the desert part of India, and we do get a bit of harsher winters. Oh, wow. You see, and I wouldn't think that. Field, I don't know. Oh, yes, they're out in full force, and they will be today, I'm sure, Nifty. with it being a day off, and YouTube, the babysitter is on call, right? So, and I hate saying that, but it's the truth. So, Johnna, have you used Bitty Stripes from Heart? No, I have not used that. I have not used it, Patty. Have you? Have you used it? I don't use a lot of Red Heart anymore, but I still do on occasion use it because of the colors. I mean, they still just really knock it out of the park with some of their colors, right? And we have all kinds of environments from desert to tropical jungles to snow, capped mountains to breezy coasts. Oh, so yeah, you are just all encompassing all the feels. That's pretty amazing. But I was talking to Lenora last night, and I'm very much like, okay, I think I may seek out Hirschner's for getting some of their version of the Posh. I don't know yet. I'm not really in big need yet, but their price point is like a lot more on the reasonable side than Michael's, I guess. So I just wanted to kind of do some investigating of my own. Although I'm not minding using the blanket yarns for my plushies, I've gotten used to that for the most part, because I have discovered, there's different different times I need to change my hook size, and I'm okay with that. And so it's really good. So I know that I have this to go to if I ever, have things or whatever, but I still have I'm dwindling my stockpile, but that's what those trips were for back in the day to Joann's to stock up. And it's starting to dwindle. And so, but I want to wait because whenever I get myself in these places of that I don't have as much, then it does force me and make me, which I enjoy. I really do. I really do like it. It puts me in a good element that I really do get more creative with my colors and putting things together and everything. So I really want to continue to work through what I have first and go from there. So I just, eventually I'll have to just sit down, make a list maybe of what I'm looking for, and then go shop, comparison, price shop, be smart in that. And but the thing is, what I'm so disappointed in is that Hirschner's, I used to get their catalog all the time. Lenora says she still gets hers all the time. I don't. But it has been a while since I've ordered, but I still used to get it. So if I ever want one, I usually just go online and request one, and then they'll send it. Um, but then, of course, too, I can always go online and look too, which I'm fine with doing that. But I am a person that just, I came from the day back in the day whenever you got your Sears and Montgomery Rewards catalogs during Christmas, and that was always the highlight, that you got to sit down and thumb through the catalogs and stuff. I miss that. So I am a person that I do like to have something like that. So now I'm excited that every year Amazon actually puts something out, so it's like, I have a little catalog I can look at. So, Patty, I am using Red Heart Bitty Stripes in the colorway crayon box right now. Oh, I'm going to have to look this up. I really love your accent. You see, Field, people say I have an accent, but I feel like I have none. But I get complimented and everything on that, and I'm like, I don't even think that I have an accent. But thank you for that compliment. I'm working on my first batch. I was told it was soft. It is soft, but not what I'd prefer. Yeah, and I know different people talk about with the red heart, once you kind of wash it or even do like like, again, talking to Lenora last night, we were talking about, softening and things like that. And she was talking about the vinegar and stuff, which, yes, there's a lot of people that use that to soften up stuff to make it not as stiff. And I know different, creators have said, the red heart tends to have like some kind of a coating or something on it that they use or whatever. And once it's washed, then it does soften up. And I have experimented with that. And even, for my niece, whenever there was a blanket I gave her for their wedding, I told her, I was like, okay, I gave this to you. I didn't get it washed. I wanted to get it washed and softened up for her, but I just went ahead and told her how to do it. So she could do it and use what she wanted, to soften it up. So it does work. I wouldn't call it soft either, to be honest. Gosh, the whole act. Of crocheting looks really soothing, and oh my goodness, your hand speed is so good. Crocheting is very comforting, very nice, very soothing. It's a massage to my brain. I feel that's what it is. It's a massage to my brain. This is a bit rougher, but better than the past. The colors are gorgeous. The color, I can't talk about how much I love the color way. But yeah, it's rough. Hello, Ileana. How are you? I signed up for Hirschner Smart Shopper for my 10% discount. Hey. Yeah, there's rude people all over the place. We take care of it. We take care of it. Not a big deal. Well, I have my dinner now. Have a great time crocheting and have an amazing day. You too, Fields. And I look forward to seeing you again. You're welcome anytime. And I'm so glad you found us. Exciting. So you enjoy your dinner and have a good evening. Hey, Laura, how are you? I am so glad to see you. I took your advice and reworked my long vest pattern into 3 pieces, and the back doesn't pucker. Thanks, Johnna. Awesome. I am glad that helped. I am so glad that helped, Laura. That's exciting. Thank you for sharing that. Scrolling. I have been thinking about you for like 2 weeks. I have missed you too. I have missed everyone. Yes, you kept popping in my head scrolling, and I kept thinking, okay, maybe this will be a time that she can catch us. Maybe she'll be able to catch us. And so I was thinking about that this morning. It's like, oh, maybe scrolling will be able to catch us with me coming on this morning. I hope you're doing well, scrolling. Good morning. It's 11 here in New Jersey, America. How are you? I am great, Jen. Thank you. And it is 10 o'clock in Central Time here for me in America. So, so yeah, this is so exciting. There's people. You all are popping in, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Yep, Jim. So yeah, you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me on time, like an hour ahead, I believe. Yes, it was exciting. What you making today? I'm working on just like a little, it's a blanket, a little doggy blanket is what it is. So it can either be used as like a little blanket, a kennel blanket, a little lovey. Luna has her, excuse me, Luna has her little, I call it her binky blanket. So I'm trying to finish up my donation because it's for a local shelter. They do a big event every year, and it's going on right now. And like I shared earlier, they do an online kind of like silent auction type thing where people can bid. And so I'm getting mine done. I was supposed to have it done already, but I forgot about it. So I hurried and got a hold of her, and we made arrangements for me to get with her tomorrow. So then she can put me on Sunday for the last day of the event. So that works out great. It works out great. Oh, thank thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Oh, you're sick? Oh, I'm sorry, scrolling. But no, thank you very much, Jim. I really appreciate it. And yeah, welcome anytime to hang out. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, because I had a round of something or whatever. I think it was more my autoimmunity. I think I was in some kind of a flare that I had never experienced before, and it took me a hot minute. It took me a hot minute to get over it, and there's still some days that I'm just kind of like dragging a little bit yet, but I definitely feel better. I'm not going backwards or anything. I'm definitely better, and I just keep praying over that it's healed, and that I just keep going on, and I keep asking for strength and all the things. So. And it's happening. And I pray the same thing for you, Scrollin, that you just get over it quickly and you have complete healing on that. And yes, I hope that you get better real soon. But right now, my schedule with everything else going on has not really allowed me to be on lives as much right now. And as some of you have been here and some of you haven't, but for the next probably 5 months, it's going to be kind of all over the place. So I appreciate everyone hanging with me. If you can just hang with me just a little bit longer, and just, I know everyone is so understanding and so respectful of that and just, willing. And you don't know how much I appreciate that. So, and I'll still try to, whenever I'm not able to go live, I'm still going to try to sprinkle with some little shorts and stuff and whatever to keep, even little Luna shorts, So that's always fun with different things with her. And I used to do a lot more of her. I've kind of not been doing as much with her even, but it seems like everything, just other things, other priorities that I have, other priorities, responsibilities, as we all do, So, oh, well, thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I'll still be here, maybe, and just, and I'll be able to be on when I can. And I do have an event coming up, February. Is it like the 8th, 9th, 10th, or something? It's a weekend. I can't remember the exact dates. So I do have that I've been preparing for too. And I've been trying to get my Crojo back. It's not that I don't still love it and whatever. It's just that I think from being sick and everything and just, I did take a little bit of a break, but I didn't intend to take quite as much of a break as, but, when you don't slow down and you are being led to slow down and you don't, then like I've said, the Lord finds a way for you to slow down, My daughter will be 12 February 18th. Boy, did that fly by. Oh, doesn't it fly by? Our children growing up flies by way too fast. And just wait until grandkids, because grandchildren, it flies by 50 times faster. Because our little Everly is already 2, and it seems like she was just born yesterday. And it's like, where did it go? With Gray, it seemed like it took a little bit longer, and stuff. But I think with her too, she is just, every kid is different. And of course, she's a girl and stuff too. And it seems like they do just, develop and, just kind of go a little bit quicker in their development and stuff. And it's just the way it is. And it just seemed like Gray was little for longer or something, So it's like, it's so weird because it's just like, she's already grown up. Because she's already talking way more than what Gray did at this time. I mean, Gray can say words and do and whatever, but in comparison to her vocabulary and stuff, and she's a sassy thing in a good way. She knows what she wants, and she's not afraid, and it's amazing. count all my scrunchies. I've done 219. Oh my gosh. Oh, scrolling. That's amazing. Love from the Arctic Circle, Finland. Oh, I have never had anyone from Finland, Rosie. That is pretty cool. The world is a mess, but I hope kindness will find you. We are all about kindness here. So whenever you come here, it is pure kindness. It is pure kindness, and here open with welcome arms. So open and welcome arms. So, oh man, I can imagine, but years down the road, that day comes, I'll be excited, but not yet. Not yet, right? Oh, Jim, yes, exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, just look at it as though, too, your children are preparing you for that though too at the same time in all the good ways. And you kind of get some second chances and stuff too, is the way I kind of look at it too, and that makes it exciting and just it's just different. It's different. And I know whenever, in my past work and stuff, my clients would always say it's just different. I can't tell you how, but you'll know. And they were so right. It is totally different. Totally different. And you don't think that you can love anybody anymore, but you can, and it's like there was almost that guilt of like, oh, but my kids, and then I had, no, it's different. It's totally different. So Live Finland, my favorite band, Him, is from there. Oh wow, I've never heard of them. I'll have to look that up. I maybe have heard some of their stuff, but I'm not good at retaining names of bands and things like that too much. My grandma told me something very similar. Yeah. Yeah, yes. And the thing is, we need and needed, in my case, needed to listen to my grandma and my aunts, my great aunts and stuff way more because they knew what they were talking about. And I know that now. So, I've retained that information and I've carried it on. Did I listen as much and take it to heart as much back in the day when I was younger? No. But I've still retained it, so that's good. Because my grandma and my aunts were very strong women, and yeah, even though they were worrywarts, they were strong women. So, very strong women. And went through a lot, and made it out the other side and had, lived their best lives. So, because I know whenever they would tell me, oh, as you get older, time's going to fly, it's just going to go in a flash. And I was like, a week feels like a year. Whenever you're littler and younger, it does feel that way. Oh, thank you, Scroll. Well, a big, huge hug back from all of us, too. From me, and I'm sure Luna. She would just love all over you and just jump on you, whatever. She thinks she's a lap dog. So she would just maul you with kisses, and she gives good hugs. She does give good hugs. My grandma is going to be 89. Oh, wow. May the 31st. Love her so much. That is awesome that you still have your grandmother. I wish I still had mine. I wish I did. She's been gone for 30 years at least. Because I'm trying to remember how old my niece is right now. So, because she passed the year that she was born. She did get a meter, though. She did get a meter. And that was, it was one of her first great. Would it be great? Yeah. Be my grandma. No, great, great. So she was able to meet her. Yes. And right before she passed, we had had like a little like baby shower type thing and everything. So right around that time, we got a bunch of pictures with family and stuff, not knowing, of course, what was going to happen, because it was sudden. And so yeah. But it wasn't much after the baby shower that she did have her and stuff, and so she was still here to. But yeah. I am actually working on basically a doggy blanket for like a kennel or to lay on like a little bed. So it's just going to be a basic, just big granny square. And I'm using the Bernat blanket. And it's that dusty or smoky, whatever, green. so, so just something kind of quick for me to add to my little basket donation for the local shelter, little doggy shelter. Well, this is a partial skein of this color, and I'm going to incorporate some other colors. I want this to be the main in the center, and then I'll use some other neutral colors that I have to go with it. Oh yeah, it's going to be so soft because I made a blanket for Luna too for her little bed, and she doesn't mind it, but she has her favorite blanket right now. So if I would take her other Levy blanket, her little binky blanket that she has, it's not little, it's big. But if I took that binky blanket away, she maybe would kind of gravitate towards hers. But I think she's so used to laying on the Sherpa part because she was used to being, whenever she was real little, the kids had her in like one of those pods that was Sherpa lined. And so she just really, that's what she likes as a Sherpa. So, because that's what she's used to. So, probably about the size of like a baby Afghan, like a 30 by 30, something like that, maybe. Maybe not quite that big, but something kind of in that range, around a 30 by 30, maybe, something like that. So, yes, it's going to be soft. It's going to be very soft. And this is just something really super quick and easy. And I just use my eye hook, my 5 point, yeah, the 5.5 crochet hook with this. Because this is the size that I use a lot of times, even for the amigurumi. So, with this. So. But I thought with this color, it's more neutral, and it's not like a real deep, deep dark color or whatever. It's just kind of that in between kind of medium shade. So it won't maybe show as much dirt, hair, stuff like that. Now if it's lighter fur, of course it'll show, but just real easy to pop in the machine wash and dry. Super easy to do that because I've done it with all of mine that I've made out of this yarn and even the chunkier yarn, and they've washed up great. Um, I don't know if this blanket here that I made, that's right there, that I used kind of scraps there a while back a few months ago before Christmas, kind of in the fall time, I made that up, and it's been through the wash and stuff and washed fine. This is green. It's like a dusty, smoky green. It kind of has a gray. It kind of reminds you of a gray hue, kind of like a gray green a little bit. but I don't think I have found one green that I don't appreciate and like. Oh, you don't need to apologize. But I didn't show it very well whenever I was showing it either, so that's one reason why I said that, because I was like, I probably better show it better. But basically, I want it to be big enough that it can cover the top of like a little dog bed, you know, if they want to use it as that. Or, you know, there's some dogs that just like to drag them around because that's my Luna. I mean, her blanket will be in one room and in another. I mean, there was one day I came home and it was in the middle of the kitchen. So, and hers is a big wadded up one. I don't, so she needs a new one because it's starting to deteriorate pretty quickly. So I almost got her a new one at Christmas time, but I haven't done it yet. We still haven't had our Christmas with the kids yet. So, but Sam has went ahead and pretty well given us what he got us for Christmas. It's just like, okay, here it is. I don't know when we're doing Christmas, so here you go. You know, so we can use it. You know, so. Yeah, they're coming out strong, aren't they? They're coming out strong. Numbers, whatever. Where you can squash it. Hope our first before 31 January have a market. You have a market on January the 30th? Scrolling? Oh, wow. Yeah, that'll be here before you know it. Well, you still have some time to rest and recoup and regroup and, just do what you can, and not get stressed out about anything because you have been working hard. You have been working hard with staying up with what, your makes and everything. I mean, you've got a lot made already. Because it just amazes me how much that you have got done. It's amazing. I'm going to leave. Tim has an appointment and I need to get the car cleaned off. Have a blessed week, everyone. Prayers for safety and good health for all. Oh, well, thank you very much. And the same to you, Patty. Yes, you guys take care. Be careful. Be safe. Whitney has a doctor's appointment today, too. So if y'all can be praying over that, we're going for his ears and stuff. So we need to get a referral to get into an audiologist and stuff for him. So, and I think it'll be fine. Everything will work out. We already pretty well, we have the audiologist that we want to get him into, but it's just that we have to go through all the other stuff first, So yes, we'll definitely be continuing to think about you, Patty and Tim, and continued health and healing, everything. And have an amazing Monday and rest of your week. Just that I am working on a doggy blanket, like to cover over their doggy bed or to put in their kennel. Oh my gosh, Patty. 20 below? Ugh. We don't have that right now. I'm thankful for that, but oh my gosh, I hope that it warms up. I hope you have a warm up coming. Thank you, Just That. I appreciate that. They're some of my favorite. They're the wooden cutout, laser cut. So yeah. Thank you. Work done, 61 bead bags, 66 bead lady bags. Oh my gosh. That's a lot, scrolling. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. Kudos to you. That's amazing. And 10 spiders. Oh my goodness. You are cranking them out. Now, is this a market that you have done before that you do every year? Is it one that's new? Okay. Because then you have another market that's coming up later in the year, right? A bigger market, too? Send photo to you, but not coming to you. Oh. Oh, it's not going through? Well, it eventually will, maybe. I know sometimes well, like with that one that you sent me with your pup, it took a minute to get here. And I don't remember what the deal was with that. I don't remember if you had to resend it or if it just took a hot minute. Oh, you sent it last weekend. Yeah, because I haven't got anything. Because I check that email all the time. Oh my goodness. Well, maybe try to resend it. Or have you already tried and it still wasn't sending? Did you and you sent it to the Clark Farms? Because I know we had issue with the one sending. Okay, well, I'll go in and grab my tablet thing and look again. Because I was just in it this morning. Because I've been trying to clean up my email because I have so much junk in there. I probably should just go in. What I wish I could do is just go in and wipe everything out. But I have separate accounts for separate things. So it's kind of hard. So I'm having to go through each one every day and clean up as I go, you know. Okay, I'm going to finish this stitch and I'm going to go grab my tablet so that I can check it. Okay. Okay, I'll go into my See if it'd be in like my spam or something. Because sometimes I have found people's emails in there. No. Still looking. Okay. Yeah, I'll check again here in just a little bit, even. So yeah, I'll just have to keep checking. Yeah, I hope I get it too. I hope I do too. Because I may just have to even check on my phone later, because sometimes I'll get it where I can see it on my phone before I can in this thing. So, and I don't know what the difference is, because I've refreshed it. And I have a Hirschner's one I got this morning at 7:30. But it's not showing anything else. Well, happy birthday. Welcome to the live. Are you doing anything fun for your special day? Okay, so far I've not measured it, so I don't know how much further I have to go. I'll measure it real quick. No, we've got a little ways to go, but not much. Oh, I'm about halfway there. So that's good. That won't take me much longer. Because like I said, I don't want it to be super duper big, but big enough that it'll kind of cover an area of where, really any size dog, I mean, like the extra large size dogs would be a little, but at least, from, little to about medium-ish. And, a little towards the larger size, but not super duper big breed dogs, but it'll pretty well cover all sizes for the most part. And even a bigger dog could use it as a little binky blanket. Gotta refresh again. I've had to do it about 3 times today, so it just depends. Not every day's the same. Some days I don't have to refresh at all, and then other days it's like I have to refresh every so often. We're gonna have to pick up more creamer.
Crackers too.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to pick up stuff for the.
Huh?
We're gonna have to pick up stuff for the littles, probably to have too, for them to have too. So at some point today, whenever I get off of here, I can see if she's messaged me back. Don't need a lot, just a few things that they kind of like, and need to get some more vegetables too, because we're like out of like all of our vegetable stuff. You said it again? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Kindness, kindness, people. Kindness goes a long way. Oh, I'm hoping the sun stays out all day today because it is so pretty out right now. Okay. It wants to go down there. I guess it can go down there. Hey, Cindy, how are you? I hope you're doing well today. Scrolling, my next market is February, the first full weekend in February. I think it's like the 8th, 9th, 10th, or something. I don't remember now. Whatever that weekend is. So it's the beginning of February. So the 6th through the 8th, Whitney said. so so yeah. So we'll be doing that. We'll set up on that Thursday before, and then we'll be there through Sunday. So. And it's a good thing that I did quite a bit of stuff whenever for the Vlogmas time, because that has me caught back up, but I could still be doing some more. We are trying to get some fishing in today. Are you fishing right now, Cindy? And do you have sun today? You had gorgeous sun the other day, so hopefully you're getting sun again today. Okay. Well, I may be able to catch y'all later on. I don't know. We'll see. It's sunny but cold. Yeah, same here. Oh yeah, scrolling because you're in your winter too still, right? So yeah, it's cold. It's not as cold as what it had been, but it's still cold. And the sun does help. Oh my gosh, I'm getting spam called left and right all of a sudden. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay, well that is kind of no longer visible to anyone other than the commentator. No, I am actually making a little pet blanket. Lovey, Binky, whatever you want to call it. Whatever the dog decides it wants it to be. It's for an online silent auction for a big fundraiser event that one of our local shelters puts on every year. So that's what I'm making to go with my other stuff because I have some one or two doggy bandanas that I'm going to put in, I think, too, with some other stuff. So yes, I love this color. I love this color. And I am using, oh, I'm stuck. The Bernat blanket is what I'm using, and it's in the color Dusty Smoke. I just keep wanting to call it Dusty, but it's smoky green is what it is. So, so it's just a nice neutral color. You know, it won't. The color is kind of a shade that it won't look dingy, you know, and stuff. It'll be. I think it'll keep it, you know, looking nice and stuff. And you know, we all know how dogs are. So, but so yeah, I'm meeting to get this dropped off tomorrow. So, and it won't take me too long to finish it up. I was already about halfway, so yeah, and it's nice and squishy and soft, and you know, it'll find its good home. Years ago, I found one that was kind of similar. I don't know, it looked like it was more of a machine done, not an actual hand crocheted, but it had the same look, kind of. And um, I got it for Luna at that time at a thrift store, and it lasted forever. And she definitely put it through the ringer. But she has another one now that's made, it's different shades of gray, is what I made hers. But like I said, I just kind of base it off of kind of like a baby blanket size. Whenever I get to about 30 by 30, 32 by 32, something like that, I'll kind of decide, you know. But that's roughly the measurements that I go by. Enough to cover a little doggy bed, basically, too, and fit in a kennel. You seem like a pro at the speed you're making this. I have been crocheting for a very long time. So, a lot of experience. A lot of experience. So, and I do tend to crochet fast, yes. I'm gonna have to plug myself in. I'm starting to fade. Excuse me while I plug myself in. There we go. Welcome back, Caitlin. Yeah, I just started this morning and I'm already halfway through. So it's a quick makeup. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just a granny square. So those are pretty easy, quick, mindless kind of do real fast. It's my go-to for things, you know, that, but I still want them cute. You know, I still very much put forth the effort and the coloring and doing all the things. But it is kind of a quick go-to, you know, and still nice. And it, you know, works up fast. Are you working, you're waiting on more safety eyes to get you to you? Yeah, I always have to order mine. I mean, because I can get some of mine, you know, our Hobby Lobby here, but um, a lot of times I have to order mine too. Yes, Johnna, you crochet quickly. I'm super slow. Well, Nifty, there are some things that I don't, I'm not as fast at crocheting though, too. So There are some stitches that it's like, oh my gosh, this is slow as molasses, you know. But and things that I'm having to kind of think about and make sure, like some of my amigurumi stuff, sometimes I don't crochet as fast on, but others that I've done enough of them, I can kind of get them out a little bit quicker now that I've done them more. But I still don't want to do it too fast because I don't want to, be sloppy. I don't want to be sloppy. As my drunken frogs, I feel like maybe I got sloppy with them back in the day, but I don't know. That was hilarious. I still have to go back to that. That gets talked about so much, and I love it. But everyone is different, and they have their way of doing, and that's all that matters. We're each individual. So I am watching Let's Make a Deal in the background. Johnna, do you remember that show? Oh yeah, Nifty. Yeah, because we watch it every now and then here too. Mail, it's waiting. Oh, there goes Sam again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Let's Make a Deal is a pretty fun show. We don't watch it all the time. Every now and then we'll watch it. Um, every evening though, we do watch Family Feud because it's so funny and just we enjoy it. So we watch that every evening. And it's on at different times of the day. So occasionally, we'll catch another one maybe in there if we're here at home or something, but that seems to be our main one that we watch. The songs, right? Yes. They are funny. They are pretty funny. And I like seeing how people dress up, you know. Because there are some of those songs that are pretty hilarious. Hello, Blaze. How are you? Welcome to the live. Oh, yes, the new one. Everyone dresses up. That is so fun. Yeah, it is. It's fun. Oh gosh. They have some interesting costumes sometimes. And so I don't know, I've not ever looked it up or whatever, and I don't know if I've ever heard, but I mean, do they have costumes there for them to dress up in? Or do they come already dressed up? You're working something like that today. Oh, this will get done today, yeah. I'm over halfway done. So yeah, it'll get done today. And I already have the bandanas made, and I just need to get my little treats to put in there. I'm going to put like some treats in there too. Hello, cool cat. How are you? Welcome to the live. And you see, and that's what I kind of thought, Nifty, but I didn't know. I mean, I'd want to go already dressed up in my own stuff, you know. But some of the outfits some of them were wearing, that's what made me be like, hmm, I wonder, you know. I mean, I even remember watching it as a kid, you know, because my mom, she is a big game show watcher. And of course, they have the Game Show Network or something now, I guess, which we don't have that, but that's her favorite channel, I think, is the game show. That's what her and my dad talk about anyway, because she loves to watch that and he likes to watch other stuff and whatever. So, yes, with Monty Hall, yes, back in the day, yes. And you know, if you're home from school, even that and The Price is Right, which I think Whitney was watching The Price is Right a little bit ago. Watching The Price is Right and that and stuff, you know, if you're homesick, you know, that's whenever you know you got to go out and lay on the couch and you could watch TV. And you know, those shows just made everything better, made it better. And oh my gosh, on the weekend, Hee Haw. Did you watch Hee Haw all the time? Were you a family that watched Hee Haw? That was a big thing. We had to watch Hee Haw every weekend. Great TV when we'd stay homesick. Yes! Yes! And we never could have soda. We were just not a family that had soda in the house. But when we were sick, my mom would always keep like, you know, the 6 pack bottles of like Sprite or 7 Up in the cabinet. So, you know, if we were sick or something, you know, then we could have some of that, you know. And so it was just those little things that you remember, you know. And I remember we gave my mom a hard time just joking, here not too long ago about that. About we never could have soda except if we were sick. And if we had to have a babysitter, then she might, have like some soda or something for that as a treat, you know, and popcorn, which we had popcorn all the time. We all love popcorn, so that was always kind of a treat too. But we just, we had that all the time anyway. But and every year watching the Queen pageant and. All that kind of stuff. I don't remember watching Hee Haw. Lucky Rabbit, hello, welcome to the live. Anybody? Nope, never heard of that. And I think it was maybe something inappropriate that you're talking about, possibly. I don't know. Are you trying to be naughty, Lucky? We'll take care of that. Oh, well, thank you for the party hat. I appreciate that, Star. I remember a cartoon called Wait Till Your Father Gets Home. I don't think it lasted very long. Oh gosh. I don't remember that. But of course, whenever I was younger, they started coming out with more cable TV type stuff and all that. And, they would have on at night, more of the shows that my mom grew up watching. And so that was kind of fun to watch some of that stuff. And yeah, I don't imagine it probably lasted very long either. I watched a lot of Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley. Yes, we did too. Yeah, those two too were a favorite. Like those two. I wish we really haven't found where they're on any of our streaming stuff right now, which I guess I really haven't looked too hard. There probably are. They probably are out there. I just haven't looked hard enough. Okay, I'm about done, I think, with this skein. Need to see where I'm at. We're gonna make it around, or I don't think I'm going to. All the way around. Almost. Okay. What is going on with my... Oh, that's trash. Okay, that's why. Ah. Yeah, I'm trying to refresh my email to see if I've got anything from you scrolling. I'm just going to have to check on my phone whenever I get off of here, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna have to go grab another skein. I'm done with the green. Go and grab another one of my neutral to go with this. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna see what this looks like. This that I grabbed is by Baby Bee. Snugs and Kisses, the Teddy shade, and it kind of has the speckle. And it's a little bit darker than what it's showing here. It's showing pretty light here, but it's darker than this, what it's showing. So I'm going to use it, I think, for the outer part. Because I was thinking that I had another shade of green, but I don't. So this, I don't think will show as much, wear and tear either, with it having the speckle and stuff and being a little bit darker too. I mean, it's light, but it still has some depth to the color. Yeah, I think it's a nice color too, Scrollin'. I like it. I've used it for a lot of my amigurumis. And it is a new skein, a new full skein. but I know I can still get it. So if I need or want, you know. So because I've used it for some of my dogs, and some of my other animals like bears and things like that. Cows. I think I've used it on a cow before. I think I've used it on a capybara too. Okay, and I don't really want. I'm gonna go ahead and take this much out on the corner, I think. Where am I at? Yeah, I am just gonna go ahead and take out. Because I don't really want it to have the scrap look to it. Oh, I will. I will. He just went in the other room real quick, but I'll tell him. Scrawlin says hello, Whitney.
What?
Scrawlin said to tell you hello, so I'm telling you hello from her. He says hello. Whoever that is. Oh gosh. One of my people. Okay. Okay, well now I lost my beginning. I thought I had it up here on my lap, but I think I dropped it. So I need to find my beginning again on my brown. I have a really pretty brown in there, but it's a very thin one, and I don't want to do multiple strands of it because I have something else in mind for it that would probably be really pretty with this. But I was like, no. Oh my gosh. Oh, finally. Okay. Now we can start with a new color. I didn't have that much to rip out to get us back to the beginning of this row, which is good. But I just didn't really want it to have the scrap look that much, so that's why I decided to go back. And I really do like this Yarn Bee brand. I do a lot of my wearables with the acrylic of the Yarn Bee. It's just one of those that they don't have a lot of color to choose from. They have beautiful colors that they have, you know, what they do have, but it's just not a real big selection of color. But this is super soft. And I've had really good luck with working with it, especially with all my amigurumi stuff and plushies. I guess I should say my plushies more so than my amigurumi. My critters, those are still my favorite, but I still have a lot of patterns that I've gotten that I've tried that have been really fun too. And still just trying to work through my patterns that I have. Well, I am going to get off of here about 11:30 my time, so I just have just a little bit more time, about 5 minutes actually, that I'm going to go ahead and have to get off of here to get a few things done before we have to go to an appointment for Whitney. Like I said, he has doctor's appointment for his ears today, so we're going to have to take off here around between 12:30 and 1 to get to that appointment. So that'll give me enough time to get some stuff done here real quick. And I'll get this blanket done today with no problem. It won't take me much longer to finish it up. Hey Roman, how are you? I am so glad to see you. Good, good. How did your mom's appointment go with her back? Yes, and I was going to ask about the show too. That is good. That is awesome that you did good at the show. It's more than likely going to be MS or SMT like that. Aw. Well, I am going to continue to pray for her. More than likely, I will not be live tomorrow. It just depends on when we get the kids and stuff and what the day holds. I don't know that I'm going to have a time that I can tomorrow scrolling. I still haven't started on my blanket. You still haven't started on your blanket? Oh, pillow. Okay. Well, you just had some life like all of us. We can only do so much. So, and like I've said, and like I mentioned before, and I don't know if you've been here when I mentioned it, for the next 5 months, my stuff's just going to kind of be all over the place. So if everyone can just be patient with me and my lifing and hang in there and just kind of hang with me, I'd appreciate it. Y'all have so far. So yeah, I'm gonna head out here just in a little bit, Nifty. I'm gonna be here for a minute, but I'm gonna finish this round at least on my blanket. So, hey, Chosen, how are you? Decided to pop in. Have you been lurking in the background, or are you just now getting on? And nothing wrong with just hanging out in the background. That doesn't bother me. What pattern are you doing? It's a big giant granny square, Roman. And I'm making it for a donation for an auction that's going on right now in our local area. It's a big auction that they do every year for the local animal shelter. So just got here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to promise anything, Scrolling, but if I do have a time and a chance, I definitely will try, but I'm not promising anything. Because normally we're dashing right now, but today is a holiday, so um, and we have doctor appointments. But the plan is to probably dash after our appointment. We'll just see how the day goes on that too. So question, what yarn do you use? Is it Bernat blanket? That's what I'm using right now for this one, just because I want it to be squishy and comfy and soft, for the doggy, whatever doggy ends up getting it. I am off for some lunch. Have a great rest of your day, Johnna and friends in the chat. Well, thank you for joining us, Nifty. I was so happy to see you. So yeah, just keep watching for me. Keep watching for me. Yes, you have a good day as well, Scrawlin. Thank you. And thanks for hanging out with me. Okay, so whenever I use that, I'm used to doing the amigurumi, like when you go 2 sizes down, so I still do that, or no? No. Um, you do, for a blanket, you kind of want to follow what they have on here a little bit. I mean, experiment. Experiment for you. It depends on what your tension is. I know on this, is it an L or something? Yeah, they recommend an L hook on here, but I'm not using an L hook right now, and that would be an 11 millimeter. But I don't, unless I want it to be really flowy and loose and stuff like that, you may want to go with an 11. And especially if you're a little bit of your tension's a little bit tighter, you may want to go for 11. But I'm using a 5.5. I'm using an eye hook for this because I want it to be closer stitched. And my tension does tend to be tighter, but that's what I want this for. I don't want it to be as flowy. I want it to still have some give. I mean, it still flows, but I want it to be a little bit closer stitched because I want it to have that cushy, kind of like when they're laying on it. And like Luna, she's doing her kneading and stuff all the time, and I thought it'd be perfect for that type of thing, even too. So yeah, I would just experiment with your hooks. I would experiment with your hook size. Okay, because my tension is always way too tight, and that's probably because the only thing I've ever really done is amigurumi. Yes, and so I would go with the bigger hook. I would go with the bigger hook. I would try the L hook first. If you're using the Bernat blanket, I would try it first and see where you're at since your tension is really tight, and it may be perfect. If not, then drop it down. It just depends on what you want it to be. If you want to be close knit, if you want it to be more flowy, because you may have to go up even another hook size, like an M or an N. So, and that's okay too. So just experiment. Just do a little swatch, like a little square. Just start out with like a granny square and just kind of experiment with your tension and go from there. Because that's what I've had to do with different things, and knowing that I can go up to a bigger hook size for my plushies and my amis, and not just keeping myself in, because I've had to change my hook size to get my things to look right too. Because I want to do a blanket, because I'm going to buy some stuff for a blanket, and then also for this pillow, I'm going to do, it wants me to use an 11.5. Okay. Yeah, so I would just experiment. So I was trying to figure out for the pillow if I go 2 sizes down. On that too, it's just going to have to be an experiment too, I think, Roman. You're just going to have to experiment with your hook size. I don't know that you'd want to go down to, I don't know. It just depends on how tight you want it. If you want it to be really close and tight knit, and if your tension is super tight, again, just experiment on how you want it. Because on a pillow, if you're doing a pillow, now is it going to be like a graph pillow, tapestry styled pillow? Okay, because it's going to be a Afghan pillow. An Afghan pillow, what do you mean? Where the Afghan turns into a pillow, where you can fold it up to be like a pillow? Or were you talking about... Okay, I gotcha. So yeah, you're going to want to have it a little bit looser. You don't want it super duper tight. You're going to want to have it a little bit looser. But not so loose that, But the pillow, are you going to make the pillow more of a tapestry? Like whenever it goes to fold up, then you'll have like a picture like on the pillow type thing as a tapestry on the pillow? I'm going to crochet 2 of the exact same size and then sew them together. Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, that'd be a nice cozy blanket. So even, yeah, if you're doing that even too, I would say that yes, you probably want to use a little bit of a bigger hook size to make sure your tension isn't too tight, because if you're sewing 2 panels together and whatever, it'll just be more comfy, cozy if it's more, has more give to it. Because if you sew 2 stiff panels together, then it's not going to drape on anyone, and whenever you go to fold it up into like a pillow style, I think it'll be easier if it has more drape to it and not be so tight. Mm-hmm. So again, you'll just need to experiment with your sizes, Because like with this, I'm trying to be mindful of being a little bit loose still with my tension. I'm trying not to pull on it too much, and with it being an eye hook, it's already going to have a certain amount of tension there, of course, because of the size of the hook, right? So I'm just trying to still be mindful. I still have my finger wrapped for some tension, but I'm just trying to let it just flow too at the same time. So however you hold your fingers, your hand, whatever for your tension hand, just try to kind of be mindful of that, of like giving it, make sure you have plenty you don't want so much that you're going to have a tangled mess, right? But you want to have enough to where then it can just kind of ease through your fingers too. Because that's one thing I always try to make sure of too whenever I'm making things that I need to be conscious, if I can talk. And what I'm doing as far as like baby blankets or tension for, my wearables, things like that, I always want to pull enough out that it can just kind of flow through my hands, too, if I'm trying to be mindful of my tension. So I hope that makes sense. And just reminding yourself that you're not doing Ami, because I have to do that with myself too on some of my things. I have to remember, you're working on a wearable right now, Johnna. You need to be mindful, of what you're doing, as far as tension goes and stuff like that. So Okay. I think this is actually going to be really, really pretty with that. I am happy with that. I'm glad I chose that. Because I had another one picked up and I was like, no, I want to use this and I know I can get more. I've never had a trouble getting this color. So, okay, I'm at a stopping point right now for this. And I do need to go so I can get some other tasks done before we leave for the day. And depending on when we get grandkids tomorrow, things like that, and I don't know how our day's going to be tomorrow. So I'm not promising anything as far as being on, but, you know, we'll see. So, well, you too, Roman. I am so glad that you popped in for a little while, and I'm glad everything's going well. Yes, continued prayers for your mom. I will, if you don't mind, I will be adding her to our prayer chain, and, you know, just with that the Lord knows, and that, you know, get answers and we have some healing, you know, comfort and healing. So hello, Charlotte. How are you? Welcome to the live, but unfortunately we're wrapping it up. So yes, you're very welcome, Roman. You're very welcome. So, okay. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me today. I am so appreciative of every single one of you. I really am. And just, like I said, keep hanging on with me. You know, the next 5 minutes will fly. So it's all good. And I'm still here and I'm still going to be here. And so, yeah, appreciate every single one of you. Love you all dearly. And we will talk again soon. Bye.